Hey everybody, it's Judy Klock coming to you today for another little live at lunch. We are in our last week of celebration, and today I wanted to share with you the hostess only set called Calming Camellia. Now you can only get this set when you host a party or you place a personal order of $300 or more. You can get this set absolutely free. It is a gorgeous set. I really think you're going to love it. I've shared with you over the last 2 months really almost all of the products in celebration, so this will be my last one that I'm going to share with you. But look at this gorgeous card. It's very simple. It's just a little bit of stamping, and we did some coloring with our Stampin' blends. So simple, but yet I think it's so pretty. So let's go ahead and get started. For the inside of my card, I have a piece of our basic white that is 4 by 5 1/4, and I'm going to stamp those little filigrees in there that you saw. It's just a pretty little stamp just to make the inside a little bit interesting, and I'm just going to stamp these in the upper and lower corners opposite each other. Again, there's no right way to do this. I just thought it would be pretty to add that little scroll to the inside. All right. Now, when I'm putting something on the inside, I always like to say stamp first and then stick, because if you make a mistake, you can go ahead and flip the paper over, because paper has 2 sides. So always stamp, then stick. For my base, I have a piece of our pale papaya. It is 8 1/2 by 5 1/2, scored at 4 1/4, and we're just going to go ahead and put this inside piece right there, and we're good to go. Now let's work on our stamped image. So I have a piece of basic white here. It's a little bit smaller than my traditional layers. This is about 4 6/16. It's a little bit over 4 3/4. It's like 1 mark over 4 3/4 by 3 and a little bit less than 3 3/4. So I'll have to put the measurements on after. And I'm going to actually pull in my stamp apparatus, because as you can see, that stamp is fairly large and it's a little bit difficult to handle on the bigger block. It will fit on our bigger F block, or I'm sorry, our bigger E block. I just find it's easier when I have something this big to just go ahead and work with the stamp apparatus. So I just want to make sure that I'm going to flip it this way so I can make sure that I have it in the screen. So I'm just going to play with it just a little bit till I get the paper where I want it. All right, that looks good. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put my magnets on to hold it in place. And because these are our red rubber stamps, I don't need that extra layer here. So I took that off, and my magnets really are sticking today. Wow. Good stick, good strong magnets. All right, so I'm going to put those there. I'm going to bring in my Smoky Slate stamp pad, and I'm going to remove this plate for a minute. All right, and I'm just going to, I don't want to get a lot of ink on there because I don't want it very dark. So I'm just going to lightly dab it a few times just to make sure I get some ink coverage on there. Okay. And now I think we're ready to go ahead and stamp. And remember, with the stamp apparatus, if it doesn't give you a good stamp the first time, you can always pick it up and try again. All right, so we're just going to go press that down. We'll pick it up, we'll see what it thinks. Okay, it didn't really kind of get some up there, so I'm going to press it down again. My paper didn't move, so I don't have to worry about it. It's all going to be in the same spot. Hey, Fran, how are you? Okay, that's looking better. So now I'm ready to take my paper out. But I wanted to add a little bit of color to it because the gray is pretty, but I like a little bit of color. So I took some stamping blends, and I took our light pale papaya, and I took our light mint macron, and I just added a little bit of color. So I'm going to work with the leaves first. And I've got my brush tip out, and I'm just going to go, and I'm going to color the leaves. This goes very quickly. It's very easy to do. I'm going to color a little bit down here. Hi, Maureen. How are you today? Hope everybody's doing well. And I'm going to color the leaves, and I'm going to color it right over our stamped image. So it's mostly going to be gray, but the stamping blends will still come through. You'll see the green there. It will be a little bit dark, but you'll still get that lovely color coming through our stamped image. So there we go. And again, these are very simple cards. There's nothing really over the top with them, but I'm sort of a simple stamper. I sort of like simple elegance. I know everybody, there's different strokes for different folks. Some people really like to go over the top and add tons of layers and cutouts and all that good stuff. I am a keep it simple, silly kind of girl. Kiss. So I just like to do these and have fun with them. I think this is another leaf up here. Okay. But you see how you're adding color, and you can still even get that beautiful color coming through even with the stamped image. Let's go ahead and add some light pale papaya. Now, I don't know if this was a bud down here or a leaf, but I'm going to go ahead and consider it a bud, a floral bud, and I'm going to just color this up. And I really, really do like the way the markers play over the stamped images in the smoky slate. I think it gives it a little bit of subtle color and a little bit of depth and dimension, but that's just my opinion. Don't know what you all think. Let me know if you're watching on replay. Go ahead and tell me where you're watching from. I like to see where everybody's coming in from. I am here in Middletown, Virginia. It's actually a lovely day here today. It's not freezing cold. It's not raining yet. So it's going to be, I think, a lovely day. We had a great time here yesterday. The members of the Crafty Foxers team, most of them, about 5 of us were here, in my studio. We were just crafting away. We had some lunch, and then we were just spent the day crafting and laughing and talking. Hey, Linda, how are you? Patty Jean showed me those gorgeous cards you made with the gumball set. Those were beautiful, Linda. I like them a lot. Linda is a very talented card artist. She's in North Carolina, and she makes beautiful, beautiful cards. That's what I love about this. So everybody can find a style that suits them. And with all of the, you're so welcome. And with all of the color matching from Stampin' Up, it's really easy to be very successful. Okay, so there we go. We've got our design colored. Now, you know me, I don't like anything to be too plain. I always have to have a little bit of sparkle. So we're going to brush some Wink of Stella. Now, remember, whenever you are starting a Wink of Stella, never start it on your card, because you can get a blob of Wink of Stella. So let me just see, just like that. So that's why I didn't want to do that over my card. Now I'm ready to kind of just go and brush this over my image. And it doesn't take much. It's a very subtle little bit of shimmer. It's almost like you can't see it until you're right up on top of the card, which I love. And unlike glitter, which is also fun, Wink of Stella doesn't get everywhere. So you can use it liberally because it's not going to get everywhere. But yeah, so I really love it. I was showing, when the team members were here yesterday, I was showing them the card designs for the March class featuring Easter Friends. And of course I had Wink of Stella on that too. So they wanted to know what the sparkly stuff was. And I'm like, of course it's Wink of Stella, because who doesn't love a little bit of Wink of Stella over their cards? So I think that just adds just another little level of interest. All right, that's done. Let's go ahead and let's get ready to assemble our card here. So I've got a piece of our smoky slate. This I cut to 5 by 3 3/4. And this one is really just like 1/8 of an inch shorter. So I'd have to go look at the measurements, but I will write them down for you. And I'm just going to go ahead and put this right onto our smoky slate. So it's a very, like I said, a very quick and easy little card to do. Just kind of eyeballing it. There we go. Now I took to this and I added a piece of our pale papaya ribbon. I'm just going to add that at the bottom. And this is in our annual catalog. So as you can see, everything sort of just works together. That's what I love about Stampin' Up. It is so easy to find items that will work well together. So we're going to go ahead and put this on our card now. Oh no, I'm out of, all right, hold on. I got to grab another one because I'm out. Good thing I have tons of these laying around the studio because that one just ran out. All right, let's go ahead and add this to our card front. Okay, now I have to get a birthday card for my mother-in-law, so I'm going to make this into a happy birthday card. I've just got a little scrap of white here. It's about 1 inch by about 3 inches, but I'm going to cut that down. So I've got some pale papaya. I'm going to add a little happy birthday. There we go. And now I want to kind of flag that end. If you don't have our little punch, you can just go ahead and cut this with the scissor. I'm going to trim that off just for a minute. And I'm going to kind of come in. And I'm just going to kind of flag this a little bit. Of course, because I'm on camera, I'm nervous. My hands are shaking. Okay, not the greatest flag, but it will work for now. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this on with some dimensionals, but I'm going to put them like more towards the top and more towards the bottom because I want to make sure that it doesn't get stuck on the ribbon, but that it actually sticks to my card itself. So actually I'm going to use some of these edge pieces here. And I'm just going to kind of put these right along the top edge. And we're going to put one right along the bottom edge. Okay, and that should hopefully have the ribbon go like right in between and still catch these. I want to make sure we don't see these. I want to make sure that they're not sticking out from underneath my label. So we've got that. And then we're going to go and we're going to add some Genial Gems. These are also in the annual catalog. They are actually in pale papaya and mint macron, so they work perfectly with my colors today. And I'm just going to go ahead and put a couple of these on, and that's stuck on my finger. And then we'll put one up here. And that's it. But I mean, you've got one more week to go ahead and get this pale papaya. I'm sorry, not the pale papaya. The pale papaya will be around for another year. You've got one more week to go ahead and get this Calming Camilla stamp set. It is a hostess only, so either get some of your friends and place an order, and if not, just go ahead and place the order yourself, and you can get this lovely Calming Camilla. Thank you, Fran. I do love the Calming. I do love this color combo. I think the pale papaya and the mint macron work really well together, and that neutral gray just kind of pulls it all together. That's it for this edition of Live at Lunch. Go ahead and leave me a note. Let me know what you think of the card for today. And like I said, one more week for the Calming Camilla. And if you place an order of $50 or more on my website, I will send you a package of these Genial Gems. All right, that's it for me today. Have a great day, everybody. Bye. Thanks, Linda. Bye.